kid, my mother's friend, this is how crazy things used to be. People in Jersey just out of their mind, right? And the things you hear, the things you hear. Like, for example, my friend Nelson calls me and he tells me, you ain't gonna believe this shit, man. What happened to my boy? I said, what boy? You know Wilfredo? His son, he just went to the motherfucking police station and he high and shit. I said, well, why would he go there high? He said, because he has grandmother's head in the box. I was like, what? He said he had his grandmother's head. He goes, you believe what he did to Bolita? And he cut her head off like that? And I was just like, ew. To myself, ew. So that's not the day I'm talking about. I had to be about 8 years old, okay? And I'll never forget this. My mother's on the phone with Tessie, and Tessie is my godmother, okay? And let me tell you something. Talk about indulge. What do you want? I told her I wanted a baby grand piano, and she got it. And after that, I wanted a Siamese cat, and she got it. She got me everything, and the cat would pee next to me when I played the piano, and it stunk all the time in that corner. We always had to put pine straw. I remember that. But this is the day. I hear my mother on the phone, and she says, what, with the dog? I never heard a message like this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, the sign-in sheet. Did I bring it in? Oh, he has it. Come on in. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you. Where's the payment thing? It's not outside, I think. It's a little Venmo thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, your mask is so scary. Oh, I'm so jealous at the same time. His teeth. Don't worry about it. Just tell me your name when you go up. What is your name?
Logan.
Logan?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you.
Yeah, I talked on the phone yesterday.
Oh, yeah, Logan. All right, can you bring me the sign-in sheet? Do you mind?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Everybody has to help. Because I can't. So my mother is on the phone, and she says, are you sure? And all this stuff is going on. My mother's saying, we have to go to Tessie's house. You didn't miss much. I'm just telling you about a day in my life. And it's Logan what?
Stillwell.
Still well.
Yeah.
Okay. Still wound up makes me lazy. All right. So it's up to 10 minutes, $10. So my mother's saying, how do you know she's doing it with the dog? And I hear everything. Like, what? My mother's going to stay there because that shit's wrong. And she goes and brings me to this house where my Aunt Tessie, who gives me everything, is claiming the woman's very close to the dog. And then I see the thing come out on the dog when it comes to the woman, right? My mother's like, get out of here, get out of here. But I go in the bathroom, and I went in Lee's medicine cabinet, and I smell chocolate. I can't find it, but there's a tube, and it says Wella or something, and it says cocoa butter, and you put your finger underneath, and the cocoa butter stick slides up, and I was like, so I take a bite out of it. This shit makes me sick as a fucking dog, right? But the dog is outside. Mama's still trying to determine she's fucking the fucking name, which is none of her business. So my mother says, come out of there. What are you doing in there? And I'm getting sick. So I'm eating a Twinkie, man, and I bite into a roach in my Twinkie. Yep, and it crunched. So now my mother starts drinking and I'm mad, right? Because if she starts drinking, we ain't gonna leave, right? Then she's gonna start claiming Lee's fucking the dog and get loud and shit. So I'm mad at my mother. So we go home, right? So I'm like, I'm going to grandma's house. I jumped out the car. And when I came back, I was walking around the block and suddenly I got very afraid. I was never away from my mother, like not even a block. And I ran back to her car. And she slumped over with a brick in her lap, and someone had come and crushed her in the fucking head. And there's blood running all over my mother, and her bra is out. So they were looking for money. You know how mothers used to do that. But she had put her money in the bottom of her pantyhose. And I had to go to the hospital with her in an ambulance. This is a long fucking day, right?
I was gonna say.
In one day. That's what shit, it takes a lot of shit to move me. Don't come to me with drama. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you something about drama. Drama happens in so many ways, in so many forms. And in comedy, which I think is beautiful, is that you're never too old to do comedy. In fact, the older you are, the funnier you are. And there are so many different people here. And remember that there's always enough for everybody. So try to help a comic out whenever you can. You help each other out. But this lady coming to the stage is very funny. And we're going to share the love of Danielle Porter. Give it up. Give it up! That's how you clap! Yeah! I got you. There you go.
How you doing? So yeah, like she said, my name is Danielle Porter. And I am recently married. This is my beautiful wife right here. She's kind of hot. And it's been really great. We got married in July. But there's one thing that everybody is always asking us as soon as they find out that you're recently married. The question is, when are you going to have kids? You're going to have kids. And, most of the time I'm really polite. And I say, no, it's not really for us or not at this time. But soon as it made me feel like this is a really safe space. So to be honest, I ain't having no motherfucking kids. Not never. Not never. And the really great thing about being gay is that you can't accidentally get pregnant. Like, you can't just slip on a dick, you know what I'm saying? Dive into the pussy and emerge with the child. Like, it just doesn't happen. So, if we want to have kids, it's got to be on purpose. And we have purposely decided not to have children. And the main reason is because you have to pay attention to kids all the fucking time. Like, all the time. They're always trying to die. I don't understand it. And you have to say stupid things to them, like, stop bouncing the ball on the fucking chihuahua, or, how do you know cat poop tastes like chicken? Like, these are the crazy things that you have to say. And it's just, I don't really have that kind of time. But I am an auntie. I have a niece and a nephew. And they're beautiful, beautiful children. My sister fell into the folly of having kids, but it wasn't her fault. They were an accident. And so this is how I knew that I did not want to have kids. Was at my mother's house, hanging out, sitting on the couch. Mom sitting next to me. And my nephew is outside playing by himself. My mom just turns to me and she's like, do you want some Chinese food? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a little bit of chicken fried rice, some lo mein. She's like, okay, cool. So she starts to call up the Chinese food place, and she's making the order. And I just hear my nephew coming in from the backyard, and he's like, Auntie, it's not his. And I'm like, what is he talking about? But I'm not really paying attention. I'm like, get my order right with the Chinese food. And I see my mom, and she's like, yes, I'll take the, and she gets up, and she's like, oh my God, and she's like walking away, and I'm like, it's just chicken fried rice, like, what is the problem? And she's like, no, oh my God, and I don't know what it is, and then I just hear my nephew say, it's not his, and he put something on my lap. Now the problem was I was not paying attention, as you always have to do with children. So I put my hand down and I feel something warm, furry, and a little bit moist. This is a terrible fucking combination when it's on your lap. And so I look down and it's a goddamn rat. It is a dead rat that he has just placed on my lap. This is a true fucking story. So I jump up and I'm screaming and he's screaming and my mom is screaming somewhere off ordering Chinese food. And there is just nothing you can do. Like, you can't move fast enough when somebody puts a rat on your lap. You just can't. So I snatch him up, I bring him into the bathroom, I start washing his hands, and my mom comes back and she's like, I got chicken lo mein because I wasn't sure. I'm like, nobody cares about the fucking lo mein! And I throw my nephew at her, and I'm like, put him in the bathtub! And she's like, okay! And so, look, Sunda understands what I'm about to say, but I am a black woman, that is clear. My mother is also black, and it's not often that you get to yell at a black mother and give her direction and scream when she actually does it. But these were dire circumstances. I do not think you should try this at home. So, she comes back down, he's all crystal clean, and we still have a rat in the chair, and we're standing there looking at the rat, wondering what's going to happen and what do we do next. And that's when I realized I don't have fucking kids. I don't have to do shit. This is not my problem. This is you. You're the next closest thing. You're the mom's mom, and that's it. I tapped out. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not eating no Chinese food. I'm not having no motherfucking kids. I don't care what nobody's opinion of it that is. I don't give a rat's ass. And that's it. That's all I got. I'm Danielle. Thank you.
Beautiful. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Danny Girl Did It.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah! Oh. Oh, that was great. That was great. Thank you. Hey, first timer. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. This next gentleman coming to stage needs no introduction. He is the producer of a show that I love the name. Let's give it up for the comedy of John Taylor, the John Taylor Show, an outside joke.
My car got stolen last week, today. Yeah, they took all of it, which I thought was rude. They could have left me something. Like even the bumper sticker. Like if that, something. And the thing about your car being stolen is it's not stolen until you admit to somebody else that it's stolen. Because then it's like, did I really park in my assigned space or did I park outside for some reason? I had to call my job and like I didn't know what to say. It was just weird, like, hey, I'm not coming in today because somebody hates me. Like I didn't know how to address the situation. So I called my job first and then I called the police. And I was like, yeah, my car got stolen. They were like, oh, sir, we're sorry to hear that, blah, blah. Then they started asking me questions like make, model, license, da, da, da. And then they're like, okay, so when do you think you can come into the station? I was like, I don't have a car. That's why I'm calling you guys. And like, they didn't give no shit whatsoever. Like they didn't ask me to take a picture of the parking spot and send it to them. Nothing. I know they weren't gonna find it right then, but if they could have sent somebody to give me a hug, like that would have helped a whole fucking lot. Then when are you coming into the station? So my car got stolen, and then what happened? I had to get a ride from my little sister, which is not the example I want to set for my little sister. And I don't know, like, does anybody else not have access to a car in LA? No? See? You?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah? I felt like I regressed. It felt weird.
Yeah.
I felt naked, Because like I've had a car for the last, I don't know, 12 years, some shit like that. Oh, a while. And now I didn't. And like, when she took me shopping, I just bought everything in bulk. I got like 50 pounds of rice, 12 cans of tuna. Like I was just like, I don't want to ask for rides. I have to make the most of this trip right here. So yeah, I did that. Then luckily Progressive got me a rental, so I'm not without a car, but that's gonna last till 30 days, and then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this shit. And then I got a call that my car was found. Right? So the Compton police station calls like, yeah, we found your car. There's no tires and somebody stripped the engine. Right?
Oh, God.
You gotta come. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go there and like identify the body. Like, yeah, that's the Sonata, all right. But I had to go to the Compton police station, get a certificate to take to the tow yard to let them know that I was the owner of this piece of shit. Like somebody would fake say that they want a car with no rims and no wheels and the engine. If anybody shows up for that car, just give it to them. So I had to go to the tow yard, and then I showed them my certificate that I own the car, and they don't even let me see it. They just give me a Ziploc bag with my vaccination card, and they say, this is all that's left.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like, it was just so weird. Like, I haven't seen it since it's been stolen. I think my car faked its death. Like, it's like a conspiracy. There's no body, It's like Osama bin Laden. Did we really do it? Like, I don't know. I got the Tupac of cars is what I'm trying to say. Shit is crazy. So that was my week. And we're still dealing with that. We'll see how it goes. But I did do something really cool this week. I paid for my honeymoon in full. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. It was like, I can't afford it. I know I can't afford it because as soon as I bought it, my credit score dropped 30 points. Like, as soon as I bought it. But I had to buy it because it was on sale for Travel Zoo. And like, I knew if I couldn't afford it now, I'd never be able to afford it again. So I got it. It was like 4 Gs, and it includes everything. It's the Maldives. It's one of those huts that's above the water. And the hut has its own pool, and it has a slide that goes from the hut to the pool, and a slide that goes from the pool to the ocean. And like I said, it includes the meals, that hut. So all I need to do now is get flights and a fiance. And then once I get that, I'm going to have just the greatest time. Because I'm going. So if any ladies are interested and can fall in love with me before June 30th when this expires, slide in my DM, John Taylor Show. Because I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to ride that slide if I go solo to make it worth the money, but I'm going to put the high score up. That's all I'm going to say. Really, I really just need a break. I need to get out of this. What else is going on? I don't really have, I gotta up my standards. My last date I went on, I didn't know she was an ex-con till halfway through the date. And she didn't like just come out and say it. I had to like ask the right questions. Like for instance, we're all comics here. We do shows everywhere. We get paid in different things. Like I got paid in weed. I don't smoke personally, but I know it's currency, so I keep it and collect it. And she smokes. And then she was like, "Can you bring something to the date?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you. No problem." So we're eating outside, and then I was like, "Hey, I brought the weed." She grabs it from me, snatches it, and puts it in her pocket really fast. And I was like, "Okay." She's like, I just don't want to get caught." I was like, "By who?" She goes, "The cops." I go, "What are you talking about? It's legal." She goes, "Oh, shit must have changed." And I was like, "Since when?" She goes, "I've been in jail for the last 8 years." And like, I didn't know how to respond to that. I didn't know what my responsibility was. Like, did I tell her about Obama? Did we say that for the second date? You know, like, I don't want to move too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to... And I am not joking. I'm not joking. But she was like a sweet girl. She sounded so sweet. Like, she asked me out on a Post-it note with a happy face, right? And like, I should have left right then when she was like, "I just got out of jail for 8 years." But she had a tongue ring, so I was like, "Let's see how this plays out. You know, don't just abandon ship. We can still get something out of this." And then she goes, "Yeah, so I'm in a gang." Yes, I'm in a gang. I'm in Insane Crip. And like, I'm not gangster enough for regular Crip. You know, like I don't want to know what the qualifications are to go insane, but she was like, "I'm a sweetheart. I like romantic shit. Like, I like looking at the stars. You know, like poetry. I like long sea walks." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. You like long walks on the beach?" She was like, "No, nigga, I like long sea walks." And then I had to go. So we ended the date. And I was just thinking about it. I was like, don't judge somebody by their past, okay? I had a good time with her. I hit her up the next day. I was like, "Yo, do you want to go to breakfast?" She goes, "No." And then she ghosted me. And the worst part about it, she's on house arrest. Like, I know you're in here. Answer my fucking phone call. I'm dating an older woman now, and like, she's not that much older than me, but her mind, she doesn't have dementia. I don't want you to think. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Her thoughts are old. She was talking about getting in shape. She was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get those Angela Bassett shoulders." And if you don't know who Angela Bassett is, don't worry, because she was hot in 1992 when Went to Excel came out. You should update your body goals. That'd be like if a woman told me I'm trying to get that Harriet Tubman stamina. Like, you know, let's progress as the times. Let's progress as the times change. You know what? That's 9 minutes, 20 seconds. I appreciate you guys listening. You can find me on Instagram, John Taylor Show. Also, please come support the show. It's going to be at the Fairfield Brewing Company, Hawthorne, on the corner of Hawthorne and Rosecrans. I'll be posting it to my page. Thank you.
Yeah.
Give it up for Cindy.
And your page is The John Taylor Show.
John Taylor Show on Instagram.
There you go. Good job. Great job. And the beat goes on. Where is Roth Myers Rubin? Where's Roth? No? They left?
Who's wrong?
Okay, they signed up and they left? Okay. Oh, I know who did that. That's okay. But guess what?
What?
We have the comedy of Eric Wozniak. Let's hear it.
Oh my God. Holy crap. This is big shit right here. Hey, what's going on? How are you? That was great comedy, you guys. Thank you for warming everybody up with good comedy. Eric Wozniak, thank you very much. I'm sorry I'm wearing long sleeves. I've got track marks all over my fucking arms. Fucking vaccine. You know what I mean? I'm getting fucking boosted everywhere I fucking can. You know what I mean? I got fucking doctors in fucking Corona, Riverside, San Diego. I'm going for that shit. I'm gonna get fucking healthy from this fucking virus. I don't care what I gotta do. You know what I mean? I'm fucking go to Colombia and get in with the fucking cartel if I can get some extra vaccine shots. You know what I'm saying? Boost me, bitch. You know what I mean? Fucking boost me, baby. That's what I'm saying. Give me it. You know, I'm a fucking addict, man. I want it all. You know what I mean? I want to live forever. Anyway, my voice, boy, woo! Playing this Russian fucking gangster in this video game, Volk, and I'm screaming over fucking helicopters and bombs and fucking banks blowing up and shit, you know? And it's, I'm Ukrainian and South African, okay? Very popular mix. There's a whole group of us in Philadelphia. 15 people, South African and Ukrainian, okay? A black mixed race kid grew up on it. Listen, when you have the last name Kwasniak, yuck in your last name, you know you're fucked, okay? Yuck in your last name. I grew up on a dead-end street in blue-collar, nasty shit Philadelphia. Fucking factory, blue-collar town. Alcoholism started early. Women breastfed their babies at the corner bar. You know what I mean? All right. I don't know why that joke doesn't land. But anyway. I'm just, I'm looking at People magazine today, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at, there's been a lot of deaths lately, a lot of celebrity deaths. Betty White through Louis Anderson today or yesterday. And I'm looking at looking at the People magazine cover, and there's Bob Saget gets the cover. Bob Saget. And then in a tiny little corner of the page, Sidney Poitier changed the face of film. Bob Saget, who trained two little girls to say, "You got it, dude!" Okay, and Sidney Poitier, African-American, pride, courageous, chose his roles with care, stood up for himself in Hollywood, came from absolutely nothing. First black man to win a Best Actor Oscar, gets 2¼ inches of Sidney Poitier change, and Bob Saget, "You got it, dude!" What's the importance of death? Who gets the most important? You know what I mean? Who gets that? I just want to be famous enough that I can get, maybe just the back cover, Kwasniak. He did some shit. Anything. You know what I mean? Look. All right, look. I completely forgot what I was going to say.
I am word searching when that happens.
What's that?
When that happens.
I want a Wikipedia page. You know what I mean? I want a Wikipedia page. That's what I want. Born in Philadelphia, stand-up comic, actor, crackhead, you know what I mean? Nervous breakdown survivor. Survivor. That's what I want. Survivor Wikipedia page. You know what I mean? Look, I can just recite my resume, okay? Mixed race, queer kid, bullied, suicide attempts, nervous breakdowns, electric shock treatments, HIV positive. I'm also a Libra. It's not easy being a Libra, I'm telling you right now, okay? The shit that you gotta go through when you're that astrological sign is fucked up, okay? Trying to be balanced all the fucking time. Look at me. Do I look like I'm balanced? Okay? And that's the shit. I go to my psychiatrist and my doctor recently, and he says to me, we can't even detect that you're a fucking Libra. We looked at your blood work. You're not even, it's undetectable. Do you understand what that means? We can't even tell that you're a Libra anymore. That's the shit I gotta deal with, you know? And I'm just trying to, like, keep myself balanced, man. That's what it's all about. What else? Grew up in a dysfunctional family, right? Dysfunctional family. Ukrainian grandparents and South African grandparents all carried trauma from the boat ride over from Cape Town and from Kiev all the way across, and they brought it in big trunks full of fucking denial to Philadelphia, and then they reproduced these motherfuckers, okay? And then I came along, right? And it's like nobody tells a kid, like, well, what are you gonna do? Like, this kid grows up with, like all of us, with trauma, some type of fucking trauma. You know what I mean? I was bullied as a fucking kid, bullied left and right. I had these
talk about the people that give out blowjobs, am I right? Alright, it's just a lot of effort, alright? You gotta like bend down, you gotta get blood burn in your knees and shit, you gotta buy knee pads. Alright, they're like, oh, you starting up to play hockey or something? Like, nah, motherfucker. You know? And then no, and then they go in there and they do the whole deal. I mean, that's the only way. At least give them like a pep talk. Maybe like, ah, you're doing real good. I really appreciate this right now. I know that you just brushed your teeth, but like, hey, you know, I really appreciate the gesture. Or you know, people, you know, they brush their teeth for a while, they sing happy birthday. But that's how you know. All right, you know.
Shut the fuck up, I'm singing happy birthday. Thank you, guys. I'm Sean Kelly. I'm Sean Kelly, SK1012 on Instagram. Always good comedy here at LA School of Comedy, and we're going to keep it going. Soon up.
Bring up Brian Lee from.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up comedy. He's fantastic. He's here. He's ready to come up in that nice-ass blazer. All right, look like he's about to go to Capitol Grill. It's Ryan Lee, everybody.
Hey, round of applause for Sunda, everybody. It's a very warm room in LA. It's a nice mic. We usually do credits. I'll give you my credits. It's UCLA Theater, Fulbright Comedy Festival, Sweden. And right now, my biggest credit, a man who's keeping more women and children 6 feet distant than the coronavirus. Ryan Lee, everybody. You guys happy to be out of COVID? Yeah. She's happy. She's happy. He's like, no, my unemployment. Totally get it. My comedy career is like this Omicron variant. We're skeptical if it exists, but it kills. 2% of the time, mostly nursing homes in Florida. I gotta say, COVID is the best disease. It's the only disease the government gives us $1,000 just for having. They don't do that with syphilis. They don't do that with gonorrhea. They don't do that with herpes. Right, miss? That's a roasty. That's a nice roasty. Yeah, if you do want to roast me, a lot of people say, oh, he wears the same damn thing every day. And it's cute. He's like Dilbert, but no job. Or Mission Impossible, but the mission's to get a fucking life. And thank you, I appreciate it. But the truth is, I have a secret. See, I only need one laugh in this set, and then at the end of the week, as long as you're in the same suit, you Photoshop it together, and I've had a laugh every 7 seconds. By the way, while we're at it, can we get a roaring round of applause, everybody, for Gotham Comedy Club, Gotham. Green screens. I was in New York recently. I told everybody I'm a comedian from LA, which means I am an Uber driver. Uber driver. I learned to be everyone's private driver. My girlfriend learned to drive everyone's privates. So, if I could have any job, I think it would be driving privates, but it's got to be a female market. Can you imagine if any guy here tried to charge for sex? Like, you, sir, what would you charge for sex?
I would pay just to be involved.
Round of applause for this gentleman. Very nice. He's a comedian. He's like, this is going to be 3 or 5 minutes. You have to laugh or applaud the whole time to keep it going. And at the end of it, just shine a light in his eyes. So get right the fuck off. Very nice. I did take the subway in New York. The subway is very scary. People are talking themselves. They're masturbating. They're reading a book. In my case, 2 of those things are true. I haven't read a book in a while. So the girl next to me, I said, hey, you should come see my show, Comic Strip Live, 9 p.m. Sunday. She said, oh, I'd love to go see your play. Like, stand-up comedy is not a play. See, here's what a play is. You invite your friends and family you go to a high school and everyone applauds no matter how bad it is, so that the actors will continue. That's what a play is. Stand-up comedy is for people who have no friends or family. They are not allowed into any high schools. And people only applaud if it's very bad, so that the comedian will continue with that one. Thank you for not applauding there, I think. All right, let's take a look at this, everybody. This is the face of COVID. It's doing so well with her, completely gone. I work out at 24 Hour Fitness. Anybody work out at 24 Hour Fit? Good. We have to sue to get our membership fees that we paid during COVID. And I'm just going to say, you know what, Your Honor, paying for the gym but not going, it made me feel normal. I've been going since. I think they should change their slogan to 24 Hour Fitness, why pee in your own pool? John was talking about driving. I got my driver's license back recently, and it's still my picture from high school. But then I was like, so are the women I'm showing it to. I think it's ironic that when you're young, you pay for a fake ID to be older, and when you're older, they give you a free ID to make you look younger. It's a very nice taste of life there. I do have a roast show coming up. It's hecklemike.com. Let's roast me, everybody. So take a look at me. I look like the only choir boy nobody believes got molested. My comedy career is receding faster than my hairline. I did a 23andMe. They said you're so white, they just mailed me a sheet with 2 eye holes cut out. Is that normal? A lot of people, they do a 23andMe to find out who their ancestors are. I do a 23andMe to find out how many children I can claim as dependents on my taxes this year. All right, my roast show is hecklemike.com. I'm at ryanlee.com. Round of applause for today.
Have fun? Everybody had fun? Well, we're going to have more fun. We're on the run, and we're on the run with Logan. Logan, here we go. Let's do it. Give it up for Logan Stillwell.
Hey there, everybody. My name's Logan. I moved here recently from Florida, so I can tell you that it's very good to not be there anymore. Growing up in Florida is just as awful as you imagine it is. Drugs are also very popular there, so unsurprisingly, it was very popular to do drugs while growing up in Florida. The popular drug at the time when I was there was Adderall, and it's weird to do Adderall because everybody would always just want to do weird stuff, and I would just want to sit and finish my homework and maybe clean my room. So I found out I had really bad anxiety. I couldn't explain that to my parents because there was no legal way for me to get Adderall. My hair's pretty long, grows pretty fast, pretty much everywhere, which is cool because when I run out of body wash, I can just use shampoo. But when girls say that they're into dudes with tattoos and beards, they don't mean the beard on your ass. I'm pretty tall. I'm not nearly as tall as you or some other people, but I wear a size 13 shoe, which sucks because I have a size 5 dick at best. My teeth are pretty fucked up. I didn't take care of them when I was younger, and that came around to bite me in the ass because I can't nearly eat what I'm used to, and I can't make fun of British people for their teeth anymore, which really sucks because if you've ever met a British person, you can tell that they can eat an apple through a picket fence.
Oh, shit.
I'm new to LA. It's pretty great here. I mean, I'm from Florida, so there's pretty crazy shit there, but I mean, there's nothing as insane as some of the shit that I've seen here. I work at the Denny's, and every time I go to the bathroom, there's either a 90% chance there's going to be shit and an 80% chance there's going to be blood. So, You just kind of learn to get used to it. I really enjoy living in LA. There's so many attractive women here. They outnumber me so much that it's impossible for me to not hook up with someone that is way out of my league. It's fantastic. It's like playing dating game with cheat codes on. That's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys.
So tell us where we find you.
I'm on Instagram at the host with the least.
That's so funny. Thank you, Logan. So that's it. Oh no! That's right. I forgot we got another brother in the house now. Where is he? There you go. That's why I love Persians. They make black people punctual, but you're not Persian. Let's give it up for the one and only, the Sarah Hadid.
Oh man. All right. So I'm trying to follow that up. Ryan, I told you about that. When you take that shirt off, you gotta give us a trigger warning with that. You know? You gotta give us a trigger warning with that. All right. Yeah. Just like Adderall, you can't spell my name without a little ADD. So you know it's part of it. I feel you on that one. Where are we at? Okay, so it's been a good one. It's It's Friday, so I don't teach today, but normally I teach. You know what I'm saying? So I teach on the east side. I'm a professor of community college, communication studies. You know, so I hold it down for my students. I love them a lot, but more recently, when they ask me for help, I just tell them what I've been wanting to tell them for a while, which is, fuck off. I gotta write these jokes. All right. I'm like, fuck off, I gotta write these jokes. I'm like, I know, Juliana, you're trying to be the first one in your family to graduate and hold it down for your family and bring them up, but I gotta write these jokes with 8 people at the open mic, so I gotta let you go. No. Besides that, I got a couple of dogs, and I love my dogs, you know, just like I love my students, which is kind of weird. But I should have probably thrown in my wife in there too. I love her too. No, but I got these 2 dogs, and dogs make you realize like when people make bad decisions. And this particular time, you know, I was having sex more than one time, but one particular time I was having sex, and this dog kept, you know, was in the room, and the lady I was having sex with just didn't care. She had an open dog policy. I don't know if you all have a policy on dog in the room when you're having sex. Have you thought about it? No. All right. You should think about it. Because animal welfare groups would be like, you know, some of them will get traumatized and go to the corner, and some of them will get like active and try to participate in the whole thing. So you got to make a decision what you want. I read a story about a lady who said that while she was fucking, basically, that her dog picked up a dildo off the ground thinking it was a doggy toy and brought it to her in the middle of the sex act. Like, I'm like, no. So things like that, you got to have a policy. But more in this particular case, dog was in the room trying to have sex, finishing up, you know, keeping it protected. Afterwards, wrapped it up, put it up, called out Kobe. I thought it was about to go in, and he pulled in and swooped that thing from the air like it was Air Bud. Anyone remember Air Bud? Like it was Air Bud and shit, you know? And fucking gobbled it up like it was a treat. It was disgusting. It kind of makes you cringe still to this day. But after that day, I came up with my own dog policy in the room, which is, I ain't gonna wear a condom if there's a dog in the room. It's called the raw dog policy. No. But bad life decisions they make, right? So, fool me once, all right. So, besides that, you know, my wife and I are trying to have a child, and I missed the setup there. You're saying you don't want to have a child? Okay, yeah. She and I have been married for 10 years. It's going all right. And for some reason, we're trying to have a child, which is like, I'm like, what the, you know, we're doing all right. But, you know, our window's closing. So I guess it's not working on its own, so we have to get a little help. And that means I got me my own new favorite doctor, which is a gynecologist. I got me a gynecologist. You know nothing about that. Call it my gyno, all right? And, you know, so I have to go to the gynecologist and do a semen drop, and then they assess it, and then basically, like, boost you up in order, so like you can't do it on your own. You got to use this. It's not an IVF. It's called IUI, intrauterine insemination. It's a great. I told you I'm teaching here. You know, even if it's not funny, it's informative. No, but it's a process that kind of breaks you down because they assess you and they let you know information you don't want to know necessarily. They told me that my sperm count was at 14 mil per milliliter. And she was congratulating, this doctor was like, congratulations, we're looking for 10 mil. And she didn't know the whole time that I was in the room, I had to come twice in order to make the, I had to go 2 times in the same damn container, which is a hard thing to do, especially when you got raggedy ass blinds that are about to fall off, and they don't even have a lock on the fucking door. No lock on the door. I'm like, all right, you guys gonna watch or some shit, I'm gonna open this door up and you can see what's happening. But, so besides that, they also told me, and they told my wife, your wife's uterine lining is beautiful. Like, her uterine lining is beautiful. But her vagina's ugly as a motherfucker. You know? No, but I'm gonna finish. I told her that one. She was like, "Can you change that up a little bit? You think you can change the word?" I'm like, "No, I think it's okay. I don't think it's so bad." So. All right, so I've been. All right, I'm gonna end it with this. This is a little flow I wrote for my OB. It goes like this. My name is Obi, one Kenobi. You can't hold me. Like vaginal flaps, you can't fold me. Like your unborn child, you can't scold me. They call me Obi, because unlike your man, I can reach your ovary. Give it up for your host soon. Let's give it up for your host soon.
You're on fire. Look at his shoes.
You got my coat.
Oh, they're beautiful. Did you have fun? And the fun is still here. Coming to the stage is one of our favorites. It certainly is one of mine because I call him at 6 in the morning when I have an idea. But let's get up for the comedy, the one and only Anye. Let him hear you.
I find it really funny why when she said come to the stage Anye, everyone responded like Anye, but it was like the same tone. Like that was very interesting. I mean, do we do that when I come up? Yeah. Can we make that a thing? That's kind of cool. All right. Let's start out. Okay, so the pandemic, right? I know some people are talking about that. We're still in it, kind of out, one foot in situation. Pandemic was interesting though. I feel like we all learned something about ourselves. You feel me? Like that's what you got from it, you know. And I feel like I learned something about myself. I learned that I really enjoy making money. Doing nothing. Like that shit was crazy. Like they were paying me to just do nothing. Like to stay home, I was getting paid. It was beautiful because like I met a friend that really allowed me to do things I wasn't used to doing financially. You feel me? Like Postmates got like fees and shit, right? My boy was like, man, fuck them fees. Buy that shit. I'm like, what? Ed, for real? Yeah, go get that. I had an Xbox One. Ed told me to get the PS5, bro. What? The level up. I'm looking at Ed, EDD, unemployment. So we was close though. So we was like first name basis. So I called him Ed. You feel me? I tell people that like when I found out about myself, like it must be my zodiac. Like it must be because I was born late in the year that I enjoy doing nothing for money. Like I think it's got to be connected. You feel me? I am a candy corn. I knew that was the reason. If you guys can't tell, I occasionally or frequently, depending on the day, indulge in marijuana. In the weedy deedies, you know, I like it a lot. Honestly, because I have a very lit job, right? Like I work in VR, right? And it's cool. Again, I say it's a lit job. Directed back, I do smoke a lot of weed, so anything I do is lit. But it was one day I was closing up, right? End of the shift, right? It's like 10:50, right? I'm ready to go the fuck home, right? We open till 11. People buy the 10:50 show. Why, bro? We finna close at 11. But it's the mall, you feel me? So like people are walking in drunk, because at that time Century City Mall is mostly just the restaurant patrons, and they all drunk trying to just find shit to do. So they came in smelling the alcohol, like, look, can we do a 10:50 show? They sold the shit, so I gotta run the show. I'm like, bro, I gotta open up the gear up now, whatever. Open it up, I bring these people in. So at this point the weed is worn off, right? I'm just trying to get the fuck home. People come in here drunk with their energy, you feel me? They're like, oh my God, man, virtual reality, man. Wouldn't you love to go to a virtual strip club, bro? And I was like, nah. Don't interest me at all. And he was like, oh, you must be like a real strip club guy, huh? And I was like, nah. Honestly. And at this point, I told you the weed is worn off, so I'm real honest with these people. I'm like, fuck it, we finna get into it. You wanna ask me a question, I'm finna open up. I said, honestly, I think I really scarred strip clubs in my own mental. Like, I'm not really able to do strip clubs because I was, let me tell you now, I have a late birthday, December 24th, right? Keep that in mind. I just turned 18 and my friends told me, hey, let's go to the strip club for your birthday. Like, let's go celebrate. But late birthday, my friends is all younger than me. So it's one 18-year-old and two 17-year-olds and one Toyota Corolla 1996. They tell me, hey bro, just go to the strip club. We'll stay in the car. Somehow they convinced my dumb ass to do this, right? So I have two 17-year-olds sitting in the parking lot of this strip club on a Tuesday afternoon, right? I go into the strip club. Mind you, we already did something for my birthday. We saw a movie or something. This is like an afterthought of the stupidity. And I came to the strip club. They're like, okay, it'll be $10 to get in. First problem. I only had $11.56 in my account. I am in high school. I don't have money. But I said, no what? I can't go back to the car now. I already told them I was going to go in, so fuck it. Paid the lady the money. Gave her my card, swiped it. My bank texted me like, hey bro, chill out. I said, nah, we got it. Go into the car. Walk to the strip club, and mind you guys, it's Tuesday afternoon, December 27th. The lady is already naked at this point. I done missed the whole dance, so I'm already feeling weird, because I don't even know this woman. It was no introduction. Mind you, she do look kind of familiar. It was the same lady that just took my money at the front. It's Tuesday afternoon, you feel me? They short staffed, so she done went from the front. I'm like, was you naked when you took my money in the front? Then she come off the stage, tell me, hey, it's a 2-drink minimum. Now I gotta explain to my mom why I overdrafted $6.52. I'm getting 2 apple juices because I don't drink soda at the strip club. That's the real. And then these men are just like sitting in the gear up, like with their shit on, like just looking at me like in shock. I'm like, come on, yo, let's go do your experience. You feel me? Like, I don't care what you got going on. Nigga, I'm trying to get home at this point. Weed was cool though, growing up. You feel me? Like, weed was cool because I grew up in like a very like Christian household. You feel me? Like people know about like PKs, like pastor's kids. Like my dad is an APK, like I'm an African pastor's kid. Like he's African, so it's way worse. Like the Bible's my third parent. You feel me? Like in my house, Halloween was a sin. You feel me? Like how is Halloween a sin? Like what is the devil gain from Halloween? Is he a dentist on the back end? Like is he a part of Big Candy? I don't know how he's getting anything from this. I don't see my homies is out getting candy, Dad. What is the? And I still have to go to Hallelujah Fest. You ever been to Hallelujah Fest? That's a lot worse. Cause all the women in my church, they was cheap. They didn't buy good candy until after Halloween. So I'm out here trying to trade caramel chews and peppermints. You feel me? Nobody really fucking with me. I mean, it's a struggle. Really enjoy it. One time I tried to trick my dad into buying a costume. It was for a book fair, right? Parade, like costume parade for the book fair. And my homies was like, hey bro, we gonna be the Avengers. You gonna have to be Spider-Man though, cause I'm like, I see it already, bro, cause I'm skinny strong. Like, if you said Superman, I'm too big. I'm not big enough for that, but I got the Spider-Man skinny strong body. I got it. I feel like that's my lane, you feel me? I got you, bro. Obviously, who else would I be? You know, so I go home to my dad. I'm like, hey dad, so we're doing a book fair at school. From the characters from the book, I'm gonna be this character in the book right here, Spider-Man in the book right here. He's the character on this page, 32 right here, but on the book. My dad looked at me, looked at the book, looked at me, looked back at the book, looked at me again, said, this boy. So you think I'm dumb? So you think I'm an idiot, man? You want to bring costume to my house? You want to bring costume to my... Storm's out! Wow, he ain't touched me. I didn't get hit. That's a win. That's a success. If you didn't get hit, you know, it's a great conversation. So my dad leaves, comes back to the room, and my friends, they're still mad at me to this day about this shit because I was still in all the Avengers pictures, you feel me? And I was still like hitting my poses and shit, right? But my dad had made me go dressed as Malcolm X, so I had like a suit and tie, you feel me? But like he don't even know, like I'm a creative individual, you feel me? Like, I came with a story already, like they're like, why are you, I was just flying in from New York, you won't believe what the Green Goblin did. This nigga done took my luggage, but it's still me, don't even trip, I'm still here on the mission. Tie dangling. You feel me? I'm still here. I'm just in disguise. You feel me? Like, it's gonna be way better now because they never gonna know it's me. I'm finna just walk in there and stop the crime. Duh. Got it. Big brain. Hey, I had a story though, you feel me? They wasn't gonna beat me. I was in the car like, okay, so then he stole my bag. Who stole my bag? Green Goblin or Sandman? Sandman can't even go to it. Green Goblin. But alright, thank y'all so much for the time.
Oh, here he is. Give it up for Akil. And guys, if you want a copy of your tape tonight, you know to find Akil. You had fun, right? See that? Our first time up and you missed it. It'll be your first time up.
That's what's up. Getting high in the car, right? That's what happened.
You gotta bring it in here. So we have some good things going on, and you know, when you're ready, we're gonna be doing it. So this is my time, your time. Thank you so much, Akil. Thank you for your time. Everybody have a good night. Please pay. Please pay. Thank you. You have a and you have a freebie. You have a 5. After 5, you get one free.
What's up? Hey, mate. You have fun?
Yeah, that was